Okie dokie. Got a PS4 Slim here. We're gonna take it apart and clean it up. This guy's exceptionally nasty. Like really repulsively nasty. So, we'll take it apart first, start from the inside. Gosh. Ugh. So with these guys, the easiest, kind of the first step is you can pull up, if you turn it around this way, you pull up on these front two corners at the front and just kind of, that guy's already cracked there. Just kind of work it on the front, you'll feel it pop. Just a little, yep. Just kind of work your way around. And once you get that front up, you can just kind of slide it back or whatever. It comes off. Ooh, lovely. And that's nice and clean in there. It's not terrible. Dust some of that off. Yeah, I'm going to be wiping all this down real good later. Set that aside. And then go ahead and when we got this together, you stand this up, you can kind of turn it over. You can take out this, the hard drive tray. Take that out, and then there's a screw right there in the back. Just go ahead and undo that. And then once you do that, you can put the console back down. And I'm just gonna put that right there in my little screw tray. And then just slide the hard drive out, pull out a little strap, comes right out. Put that aside. And start working on taking these screws out here and here in the power supply. I got this console in from a shipping container. Like I said, it was untested. Wasn't sure what condition it was, other than the fact that it was nasty. Which it was. It was definitely nasty. Still is. So we're going to clean that up when we get the chance. Take this little cover off here. Set that up there. Get this guy off here. And those are all that Torx bit. Swap back to my Phillips and go ahead and get this guy right here. And this guy right here. This console originally had the hard drive was toast on it, and the disk drive was making this really awful grinding sound. Sound like a crazed wood chipper, pencil sharpener vibes. Took that apart and found a bunch of pennies inside. So, kids can wreck your console if you're not careful. So once I got those out, I figured it'd be a good one to do a clean video on. So on these guys, some of these PS4 Slims have like there, and kind of there in the front and in this side as well. These little like plastic weld pieces. And the easiest way I found to get those off is take something like this and just step right up there and cut them. I've already popped this plate off, so you're not gonna see me do that. But you can use a knife. You can get an X-Acto under there and just kind of pop them up, or you can take a flathead and get in there and kind of chip them up in kind of the four sides or whatever. It's kind of one and done once you get them off, but they'll still kind of hold them down in that spot, generally speaking. So once you get that off, you can kind of pull this up. I find it's easier if you slide this a little bit, kind of pull it up and then slide it over, and it'll come right off. Look at that, nice and nasty. Yeah, that's pretty nasty. Wow, solid stuff there. Solid stuff there. I'm gonna go ahead and take this. There's these two screws here in the disk drive cover, 1 and 2. Go ahead and take those two off. Take this little, if you kind of lift up here on this power supply, it'll kind of give a little bit. Get that to give some, and then you can, there's a little tab right there. I always forget that tab sits kind of right there. Put that up there. Pop that up, pop it out, and then take this little cover piece, and those arms seem to be in pretty good shape all in all. Nasty as I'll get out, but all in all not in terrible shape, which is good. I'm gonna flip this thing over. We're gonna take this. Ugh, that's so nasty. Golly. Oh. I hate roach consoles. They're the worst. And then we're little tab there. There's this little. Oh, I always forget this guy. There's this little metal tab right here that sits down there like that. You just gotta forget about him until he falls out. So then I'm gonna take my tweezers and go right up here. Try to get this sticker off. So this is the warranty sticker, kind of. And this guy hasn't been opened before, which is nice. And there goes that warranty. And that's that security Torx again on the bottom. And that's just, I'll go ahead and take that off. That's just its own little thing. And this guy, if you start towards the back of the console, oof, it's had some damage there, a little cracking. You kind of glue those hairline cracks. And slide it forward. Come on. Beautiful. Ugh. I'm gonna go beat these off outside or something somewhere because that's nasty. That is extra nasty. This is the business end. So all in all, not in. Okay, it's in pretty bad shape. Ugh. It's a lot of roaches. Dang. It looks like it's got dropped or something because that antenna is all beat up. It's all bent, which isn't. That's the only hard thing there's a roach under it too. Ugh. Gosh. That's just foul. Who's living like this? Like, really? Why, people? Why? Ugh. I'm gonna get a vacuum. Okay, well, that's something. But nasty. Jeepers. Ugh. Bug consoles are nasty. They just are. Generally speaking, with roaches, what you see a lot of is they go for the power supply. It seems like they love the heat or something, or the vibration. I don't know what it is. But if you've got a console with roaches in it, it seems like it's almost always the power supply that's toast. You know, sometimes it's not, sometimes other stuff. But I'll see a lot of, probably 9 out of 10 times, you can look in there, pop that power supply, and there'll be a roach shorted between a couple spots in there. Which, I don't know, seems like kind of a waste for the roach. Like, not only did you just die, but you also ruined the party for everyone else, and you died. If we could explain to them that's a bad idea, that'd work for everybody. But they're roaches, they're dumb. So you can take out some of these screws kind of through there, because those actually will anchor to the power supply. And I might need to get, yeah, you get one more. I need to get this guy too. This little dude right here. The power supply should come out now. That's just kind of an even pressure. Just kind of pull up on it, see if it's going. It's hung up. It should just kind of come up pretty easily. You don't have to jerk on or anything. But that feels funny. I think I missed a screw. Yep. Yep. That guy right there, I think, is it. Well, I'm not sure if I did, but something feels off. So I'm going to get some of these out, just to be sure. Just to be sure. Feels like it's catching somewhere. I don't want that. Catching's not good. So, come back here. Come back. Okay. Should be good. Yep, it's ready to come out. So these are held in a couple spots. So once you kind of start pulling this guy out, you'll see it. It's gonna pop out, and then don't pull it all the way out. You'll be in a problem. I found it's easy if you flip it forward. And actually, what it's sitting on there is those two tabs. Those two go up right there, and that's what kind of holds it in. And this is your 5-volt line, I believe. You can unplug that and take your power supply. Is that fungus, or is that sugar, or is that? Oh. I'm gonna assume that's sugar. Well then. Huh. That's a first. I'm gonna assume that that's sugar in there. I'm gonna pray that's sugar in there. Okay. Back to work on this now. Yeah. I'm gonna keep taking these screws off and pretend like nothing happened. So you take these little blue tabs, pull it straight back on that guy, pull it straight back on this guy, pull it straight back on this guy. Now this guy's a little different. Take your plastic piece here or something, just kind of pop this little black tab up right there, and then that guy will kind of come right out. If that takes more than just the slightest bit of effort to get out, you probably haven't got that tab all the way. We should be good to get you to come up now. Where are you catching? Nowhere. Awesome. This will come up and it's unsurprisingly nasty. Really nasty. Ugh. I'm gonna vacuum with those roaches. Beautiful. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. Hook my fan. Take your tweezers and kind of slide them in there. Grab those wires a little bit. Just give it a little pull. Not too much, just a little bit. Take off the clamp. Look how much smaller the Slim's motherboard is in comparison to the launch model. Here's a Pro. This is the size of the Pro motherboard in comparison to the Slim. It's really remarkable. Like, they really got, I think, a lot smaller. It's really neat. I don't know what year the difference is on the Slim versus the Pro versus the original exactly. Can't remember off the top of my head, but the fact that Sony optimized their design that much, that quickly, it's really neat. I found with these, the easiest way to get it up is just to lift up kind of from the front, so you get their ports in the back. Just to lift up in the front a little bit, and then that should pretty much, that's still caught back here because of that 5-volt plug. So I unplug it from the power supply. So what we can do is we can kind of thread this back through. And then, now this has been nasty. Gosh. Take that up and then just kind of pick it up towards me a little bit, and that'll come right off. And still nasty. Who would have guessed? Put that off to the side so it'll be safe. This is also nasty, and that sits right there. This little metal tab does. Take this off. It's got one little screw up here. Just holding it down. Take that guy off. Put him off to the side. Take the tray off. I'm gonna vacuum all this out again because that's nasty. Take this fan out, and then we'll be good to start cleaning this thing and putting it back together. And then burning my hands. And hopefully getting whatever that is out of the power supply. Okay, there's the fan. Nasty, but not crazy. Okay. You know what this makes me need? After a long cleaning like this, I need alcohol. Rubbing alcohol, to be precise. I've got my 99% IPA. Take a shot of that. And then just start cleaning things. And hopefully I can... It's so gross. Like, really, brother. It's exceptionally gross. Ugh. Why, people, why? We can do better. We must choose to be better. Get a clean paper towel. I'm going to do the inside of this kind of disc tray area. I want to be careful what I do there and not hit that laser too much. Well, I probably will clean that some. Just because I want this disc tray area to be clean, but I don't want to damage anything trying to clean it. It's already still working. I don't want to risk damaging anything too much. I vacuumed up most of the loose stuff, so that is going to help a lot. It's a lot of it. I'll keep going. See how much more we get this spinner in the middle and all that. That's important. Get these rollers. I need some of that off there. The rollers aren't in terrible shape actually, which is good. Got a little bit of that lens. I'll check that disk drive pretty good before I'm done. Keep wiping, and some of this is just to get this alcohol in here and get this smell kind of killed off of roachiness. Roaches have a very specific smell. This front kind of rail piece here. Yeah. Isn't that nice and sparkly? Nice and clean. Getting a decent, just kind of brush set is well worth the money. It's like $10, $12 from Amazon or something. That goes a long way. Ugh. Roaches everywhere. Yeah, this disk drive needs some. Just on the side there. I'm actually gonna take my brushy brush and just go through and try to get as much as I can off. As much as I can off there. Okay, go and put this fan back in. It still looks nasty, gosh. Some of that staining and stuff is just kind of, I don't want to say permanent, but it's really difficult to get some of that off. Get that fan all cleaned out. Yeah, okay. I do a lot less blowing on these consoles when I clean them. They're really nasty because I end up blowing shrapnel everywhere. And I don't want to blow shrapnel everywhere. No, no, no shrapnel. Put these screws back in, one right there. And then one right there. And on these consoles, Sony was nice enough to, if you look, they left us a little spot, right? See that little triangle right there? One more right there, telling us, hey, there's a bunch of holes there and holes there. There's a bunch of spots where you could put a screw, but on this particular layer at this point, screw goes there, screw goes there. Which is handy to know. Otherwise, it's you're sitting there wondering, where'd the screw go? Where'd the screw go? Why so new? Okay, get this part clear. This top side's not bad. This bottom side is a little nastier though. Get that turned around, thrown in there. That's gonna go right there. That's gonna sit there. Oh, where'd you going? There we go. Make sure all your ribbon cables are up, kind of above that, not stuck underneath it. And this guy has a screw that goes right there. One dude. That goes right there. Now I'm going to take a paper towel, wet it down, and actually just wipe off the rest of the thermal paste from that heat sink there. Get that good clean. Flip this rag over. Once you get that thermal paste on there, it's pretty much useless for anything else. If I need the other spots where I know that there's going to be some sort of thermal surface supposed to be touching. Take this board, just that over a little bit. I'm just going to dust this board off. I'm not going to vacuum this side of the board because I want to suck off these little thermal pads. So it looks like, no, we're good. Take my, you can be careful and just kind of chip off some of that. That's actually not too bad. Most of the time it's like concrete at this point, because those slims have been out for long enough now where that thermal paste is starting to fail. So that's why your PS4 Slim sounds like a Boeing trying to lift off the runway. Yeah, and again, look how much smaller that chip is. That's the Slim's APU chip, and that's the Pro APU chip. You can see that's a huge difference in the size of that chip. Really remarkable. And the Pro is more powerful, yeah, I know. But like, at the same time, Sony optimized that chip really, really well. I'm always impressed by that. How much better the future revisions are of these consoles, like as Sony's going, how much better they make the console. So usually your best runs of these are usually the last run of the fat are usually decent, and then the slims are all pretty solid. I'm gonna do a little bit of my thermal paste on here. Oh no. Am I out already? I just bought this, I felt like. I need to order more again already, darn. Alrighty. Go ahead and install this guy. Just kind of sits into this little rim in the front, and it goes down. It's got these two pretty wide screws. One goes there. The other goes there. And that just keeps that top on there. Now, power supply, I'm going to dust this thing off. Sit that there. Take this little 5-volt plug and just plug it in there. That will, like that. That fast, you just turn that over. Sit it right where it needs to go, and just like that. Go ahead and take these two screws here and run those in there. And these are kind of the longer Phillips. One's there, and then one's there. And at this point, this console will run. You might overheat it, but it will run. Is now got the front there. It's gonna be covered now. This bottom case piece. I'm gonna glue that. I'm gonna wipe this out good first because that's nasty. What you can do is you can go ahead and put this shell on here. Put the front on first. Put it on a little bit of an angle, kind of slide it forward some. And kind of get it towards the back. And once you get it there, just pull it over and set it down. You'll hear it click. That's it right there. It's good. There's still some bugs in this side vent, so I'm gonna actually. So yeah, all these consoles that I fix, I list on eBay under Repair Tree. That's not the screw for you. And I sell them. And people will ask pretty often, like, oh, is there a lot of money in that? Not really. There's some. It's pretty much a hobby that pays its own bills. I'll buy these guys used. I'll buy them damaged. I'll buy them with various kind of minor issues. I'm gonna wipe this up. My counter is all nasty now. And then you're looking at, anywhere from 20 to it kind of varies console to console, but I'm looking at an actual profit of like 10 to $30 a console. So there's only, because of how much it costs to buy them and then how much it costs to sell them and stuff, there's not tons and tons of money to be made here. There's some, sure, but it's not some crazy like free money hack. I do it because I enjoy it. It's fun. It's interesting. And if I make some spare change on the side, awesome. More fun. Hobbies that make you money are more fun than ones that don't. This guy needs to be wiped off. I'm actually gonna go and like wipe him off over a trash can. Gosh. What you can do is you just have to, if you take your handy dandy screwdriver and you loosen these two in the back. If you take this and pop this little plastic piece up a little bit, then you kind of get your shield piece about halfway under there. Not halfway actually, but a ways under there. Oh, there it goes. You can just slide it over and give it a little wiggle, and that is right on the money. And that gets it so that it sits in the right spot. So that sits there, that sits there, that's there. The one that'll get you is this front one. You gotta make sure that one's actually in the right spot where it'll sit on that little tray it's kind of got there. I might have actually gone too far. I did go too far. Wow, I never go too far. That came off weirder. Okay. Oh, you little booger. There we go. I think I pulled it out too much. Yeah, I pulled it out too much now. So it's just a little game of getting that, because it's got a little tab right there. So you can get this kind of this one half in there good. You can get it under there right, and you can use it to help guide the other half kind of. There we go. It's just trying to get it in the right little channel kind of. And then get it to sit down. There we go. Are you gonna sit down and play nice now? You need to come over more? What? Talk to me. There it is. Beautiful, powerful, dangerous. Take my little shield cover piece. Remember these guys, this little metal dude goes right. Come on. There we go. This little metal dude sits. I'm just gonna move that way so you can see. He sits right there. He just slots right down there and sits there. I wouldn't normally have moved that to do that, but so you can just see what I'm doing. Look at you getting on the special treatment. That metal shield there. I'm not super sure what that shield does. I really am a little bit confused by that one. But it's there, and if Sony could have slimmed it down and got rid of it, they probably would have. So, it's there for a reason. And it's important to know that on these, especially this power supply, that screw's a lot shorter than that one, because otherwise it'll block the hard drive from being able to go back in. If you don't know that, you'll be desperately trying to put your hard drive back in, and it will not go. And you're sitting there trying to figure out why your hard drive won't go back in. And it's because it was screwed away, which is a lot more common than you might think. Yep, this guy was actually, for as nasty as it was, it really wasn't in terrible shape. Had a bad hard drive, had some pennies in the disk drive, but all in all, could be a lot worse. The hard drive swaps the only thing that makes it difficult is then you have to reinstall the system software, and you have to do that with like a USB drive or something, and that can be a booger just on getting the right file format side of things, because it is ridiculously particular about which formats it'll take and how you have to have the drive formatted. You have to have it in the, so I have a specific drive that I just leave formatted for that, because you have to have it in drive. Wipe this guy off. and the drive has to be named PS4. Inside the drive, there has to be a folder named PS4. Inside that PS4 folder, there has to be a folder named Update, and then you can have your PS4 update PS4 update.pub file. If any of that is wrong, it will not work, and it'll throw an error. So I got that cleaned up the rest of the way and put the top back on it. It's pretty easy. You just throw it on there and then push on those corners. That's the back of the console. Put it back on first, then push on the top corners. Then put the hard drive back in, and this little cover slides off. You can just sit it there, slide it, and then clip those front parts on. So yeah, that'll do it. Hope this helps y'all. Hope that you can get your console cleaned up. Hope yours isn't as bad shape as this. And just one more reminder to keep roaches out of your console.